Let's go to me, let's go to me. Hello, everyone, and welcome. That's right, it is iPhone time unboxing. So without, further ado, let's get started. What do you say? Hey everyone, welcome and thank you. It is iPhone 10, not iPhone X, iPhone 10. I know we all want to say iPhone X. I'm still saying iPhone X. I don't know. 10th anniversary of the iPhone 2017. First one was released in 2007. That was such a long time ago, especially if you look at the iterations of iPhone and how far we've come. I mean, when Steve Jobs first took the stage, it was a phone, it was a music player, and it was a web browser email type thing. And that's all it was. It was on AT&T's network. It wasn't even 3G, no LTE. It did do Wi-Fi, thank goodness. And I just realized I was looking at the wrong camera. I apologize, because I've got a 2-camera setup so that you all can see what's going on. And while you're doing that, I'm going to grab these items. Anyway, 2017, 10 years later, and boy, has this phone changed. And I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I'm still looking at the wrong camera. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. So while we get started, let me say hi to everyone that's hopped in. Coach Jenny, make sure you check her out, her YouTube channel. Go subscribe. She's going to be doing some wonderful stuff in 2018. And she's going to be selling the heck out of Hilda, making that more of a household name. So go check that out. I'm still looking at the wrong camera. Lindsay Badger, thanks a lot for being here. Bison Lawyer, I'm not sure who you are, but Bison Lawyer, thank you very much. I'm sure Bisons need lawyers, and so thank you from everybody else who says that you're the one to be the lawyer for Bisons. And while we're at this, and I see how many viewers I've got, thanks a lot for tuning in to the live stream. If you are watching the replay, thanks a lot for watching the replay. You can leave your comments down below if you got any questions, but let's get right on to it. So let me do this little bit of magicness here, and there we go. All right, so I got everything set up here. So first off, I am going to include unboxing opening up of these two items here. By the way, affiliate links for these items are located in the description below. We've got a case and we got a screen protector. I've had these for a couple of days, which just made the wait for this device even more frustrating. I don't know. That's not anxious. I don't know. I don't know what the word is. If you've got a good word, let me know. Be Live in 5's branded account is here. Hello. I'm not sure if that's Steven or I'm not sure who that is, so let us know. Anyway, so I ordered. Let's go through the little process real quick before I do the unboxing. I pre-ordered last Friday. I got up super early. Get up super early anyway. So I got online, went and pre-ordered this through Verizon, who is my carrier. I used their app actually because I wasn't really having a lot of luck on the website. It kept hanging up, so I just used the app. Pre-ordered the phone, went through, no problems whatsoever. It was great. Got shipping notification Sunday. And then it sat in Memphis, which is a hub of FedEx, who is Verizon's preferred carrier. Anyway, until last night. And then it just moved on, and it's here today. But this is the box that it comes in. And yeah, the little plastic wrap actually is taken off. That was me. Sorry. So you get some stuff. You get your bill. And I'm not going to show you that because it's got all that personal pertinent information on there, and you don't need to see that anyway. So we can take this box and put that over to the side. But you get a nice little, hello, let's get started. Save your contacts, content. And then they tell you that in Spanish as well. That's what you get in the box from there. So let's start off with a couple of items that everybody needs. I can hold it like this. And let's make sure that, there we go. All right. So, a couple items I recommend with the iPhone. There's actually a few items. So, first off is a case. And you can get any type of case that you want. I've had all different types of cases. OtterBox Defenders, if you are really wanting to protect it. The Life case, I think it's the Life case. That's really good as well for waterproof and stuff like that. I went with Spigen. I've gotten Spigen products before. In fact, I've got a Spigen case on my iPhone 6 Plus now. And I went with this one. I got the iPhone 10 Silver. So the case I got is clear because I want to be able to show it off. It's a thinner case, so let's take this out. Just pull it out. We got a extra little wrapping there. We don't need that. And they got a little bit of instruction. Now, this particular case, not all the cases, there's a little shielding that you take off, and I'll take that off later, that just protects it from being scratched. But I got this particular case, one, because it was clear, two, it's very thin, and one of the things that I've come to recognize with iPhones is that I really enjoy the thinness of it, and a lot of cases make them very bulky. I'm not that, I don't require like extra heavy duty casing on my phones anymore. I'm not out and about a lot and everything. It just obviously, a lot of times sits on my desk. So that's why I got it. But the other reason I got it is that it's got this little kickstand. And so what the kickstand is going to do is allow me to be able to set it up. I don't know if you can see that right there, but just kind of let you sit it right there. You don't have to get a case with a kickstand. The one I have now has a kickstand. I've found it useful sometimes, watching a video, going live, doing a few different things, taking screenshots or anything like that. So anyway, that's the case right there. It's by Spigen. Again, that link for that particular case is down below. Of course, you can click on that link and go to Amazon and you can see all sorts of different types of cases. Spigen's probably got 10, maybe 12 different types of cases, maybe more than that. So that's the case. And then the other thing I recommend is a screen protector. You want to protect that screen, and I have not opened this one up at all, so let me grab a pocket knife and oh my gosh, it's really sealed well. All right, there we go. Set that off to the side. And you can get tempered glass, which I like. They're particularly good about not being scratch, smudge, smear. It depends on which ones you get. But in this, from Spigen, you actually get two. Now, there's lots of different manufacturers for screen protectors, and you don't have to get a tempered glass screen protector if you want. It's a little bit of glass, though, just lays right on top of the of your phone. And gives it a little bit extra protection on that screen. Again, good thing to have from things like maybe if it goes in your pocket a lot, key scratches, change scratching, I don't know. You come up with it. But you get two, all right? And right now I think they're like $9 on Amazon. That's a really good deal. And it's not just for iPhone 10. They've got all the iPhone series. If you're an Android fan, they got Android versions. So they got that. What else do you get in the packaging? Well, let's see. I don't know why this is wrapped in protective packaging. You also get some lens cleaning wipes. Basically, you can wipe down the screen first. You get a little, like a microfiber type cloth. You also get some stickers, dust removal sticker that you can, and you want to do that before you put them on. A lot of times you can actually take your phone to your carrier, especially if you purchase a screen protector from your carrier. But you can take it to your carrier and you can, they'll put it on for you. You know, if you're all thumbs. No other better way to say that. Is there any problem? Spigen's pretty good about wanting to know if there's any kind of issues with their products. One of the other things that happened was they actually send emails out once they know that the item's been delivered and say, hey, listen, let us know how you like it. Let us know what you think. And then they give you a user manual to walk you through the installation guide of setting it down and everything. Lots of different languages. That's all that comes in there. So that is the screen protector. So any questions about that type of stuff, spot those over in the chat. Again, if you're watching the replay, thank you very much. And you can put those comments down below. Let me go back through this real quick and see if anybody's got. Coach Jenny shared. Thank you very much, Coach Jenny. Yay for new toys. Thank you very much. So I think Wagner is still waiting in line to get his pre-order at the Apple Store. Wow, that's Wagner dos Santos. He's a great live streamer. He's got a lot of stuff. Coach Jenny says, I know I prefer the iPhone X, and I is IEYEFONEEX. Bison Lawyer says, but why dilute sales by releasing iPhone 8s at the same time? You know what? I might cover that just a little bit. I am going to be talking about that type of stuff in the next couple of weeks. Apple did some different marketing tactics this year. One is they did they have 3 versions of the iPhone that they released this year. So 3 to try and give everybody the opportunity to get an iPhone no matter their budget level. Now the entry level iPhone, I guess, is not like super cheap, but it's certainly much cheaper than an iPhone 8, 8 Plus, or the X, whichever variant of the X, the 10. The 10, iPhone 10 that you get. Apple's going to shame me for saying this. Let's see. So Fancy, thanks for that. You're welcome. I love the glass ones, Lindsay Badger says. And Bison Lawyer says, I've gotten a glass protector from Best Buy, and they're like $35, $40. Is there a difference in quality? No, there's not a difference in quality. A lot of people will go with Zag. Zag is a product. They've been around for a long time, made skins and all different types of stuff for iPhones and different phones, and they make a tempered glass as well. That's a popular product. It's a little bit more in price. I'm going to tell you the difference, though, when you go to Best Buy or you go to your carrier or something and the price is more. You're paying for overhead, and you're paying for, you're just padding somebody's wallet. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but, Amazon's a great place to research and see if that's what you want to get. So let's get on with the unboxing of the iPhone 10, shall we? So when you take it out of your packaging that it comes in, or you get home, the box is wrapped in this cellophane stuff to keep the box all nice and pretty. And you know what? That's a good thing. Here's the thing about your iPhone boxes. If you ever take your iPhone, like you have an old iPhone and you still have the box, keep the box in really good condition. It actually helps in improving sales. Ooh, come on. Come on. It's very... Why are you... There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Very out of focus. Anyway, the condition of the box actually helps and improve in selling the item. So hey, if you do it on like Facebook's Market or Craigslist or something of that nature, and if you're going to sell it by yourself and you're going to use a service like Craigslist or Facebook or one of those apps or something like that, please, if you meet in a public place, 2, make sure that you are comfortable. Always make sure it's well lit, all that type of stuff. Don't want anybody getting hurt just because they're trying to make a transaction. So lots of barcoding. This is the 256. I don't know if that's going to come through or not. 256. Yeah, a little bit. There's a little bit. Tells you about what it includes. The iPhone 10, the ear pods with lightning connector. Yep, that's right. No headphone jack anymore. A lightning to headphone jack adapter. That's nice to have. Lightning to USB cable. That's the charging cable. And a USB power adapter. The only thing I can say, especially when you are charging a premium price like for this unit, Apple, can you give us more than a 5-watt charger? So slow. One of the recommendations I have is going out and getting a charger, a 10-watt charger or a 15-watt charger. I can't remember what they are. Anyway, they're a bigger charger. It'll charge your iPhone products, your Android products faster. So do that. And let me mention the other thing. I did talk about there were 3 things that I always recommend with any iPhone purchase. So 1 is the case, 2 is the screen protector, and 3 is Apple Care. Now it's called Apple Care Plus. No, it's not cheap. I think it's like $150. I could be wrong. It could be a little bit more, a little bit less. But it gives your phone an extended warranty of like up to 3 years total. And it helps, like if you drop the phone and crack the screen replacement, especially for your 10, I think the estimated cost for the screen replacement at the Apple Store is like $239. That's not cheap. But when you do it through Apple Care, it's not free, but it's a lot less. They'll also help you in replacing the unit if it's just like completely unusable or something if you have Apple Care Plus. You can get Apple Care Plus up to 30 days after the purchase of your new Apple product. And that's good for anything. So if you get a MacBook, an iPad, or anything like that. You can get coverage plans from like the carrier. I think Verizon has Total Mobile Coverage, TMC, or something like that. I've done those before, but I would rather just deal direct with the manufacturer when it comes to Apple. Now, an Android device, that may be a little bit different. But I like the way that Apple does it. Apple, over the years, has done really well with me, even with products that have been out of warranty. I'm not saying it's always been, at no cost to me, but they've done really well. And so kudos to them. So let's open it up. So there's the box. It's a good sturdy box. Set that over to the side. And on top, you have what every iPhone comes with, which is a little pamphlet. And you take the pamphlet out. There's nothing else in there. What's included in the little box with the pamphlet? Well, you get yourself a couple Apple stickers. I've got so many of these. I don't know how many you got, but I got a lot. Did you get a couple Apple stickers? Stick them wherever you want. Do a little branding, selling for Apple. No different than you going out and buying some Nike shoes and having a Nike swoosh on the side. It gives some technical specifications talking about hearing aid compatibility, blah, 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 battery, stuff like that. And then you get hello. And then you get the welcome to iPhone. Now, the iPhone 10 does not have Touch ID. That's been removed and replaced with Face ID. I'm going to be doing a video about Face ID later on. It talks to you about the home button because there's no more physical or semi-physical, I don't even know what they called it, home button. Basically, instead of having a home button when you want to exit a program, you just swipe up from the bottom. But look how beautiful that's going to look with the screen just all full-sized. It's also talking about the ring silent switch. Tells you where your stuff is. The volume buttons, tap to wake. 3D touch. Now these do have 3D touch, which has been around since 6S, I think. 6S Plus. And let's see what we're getting. Never mind. Side button. The side button, let's see, what does the side button do? Press and hold to turn on the iPhone or activate Siri. So before you used to press and hold the home button to activate Siri, or you could say, hey Siri. Press once to sleep or wake, and press twice to activate Apple Pay. Apple Pay is included with this device. And then power off and SOS. Now the SOS functionality, I don't really want to, let me see if I can activate that, because that's an iOS activity. It's not specific to this. Let's see if I can do it on this phone. This is my iPhone 6 Plus, by the way. And I'm going to do a size comparison in a second. I think you hit it 3 times or maybe 4 times. Yep, there it goes. Now, I'm going to stop it because I don't want to call 911. I think it was 3 times, and I just didn't want to register the first time. So anyway, there's an SOS section. If you're, if you have need for that, maybe you're in a park, maybe you're female and you're in a parking lot, or maybe you're male, it doesn't really matter. And you're needing to call the police, and somebody's approached you and you're uncomfortable and you got your phone in your pocket and you got your hand in your pocket on your phone, you can just hit that button like 3 or 4 times and you will hear that. One, that sound's going to alert them. But 2, you've got like a 3-second countdown and it calls 911. So if you didn't know that functionality was there, it's there. It may have been in iOS 10, but I know it's in iOS 11. I didn't know it was there until one day I accidentally hit the power button one too many times and it started calling 911. So let's put all this stuff back in and actually get to the phone and what's in the rest of the box. How about that? How are we doing? Let's see. Thank you for the real talk. You are welcome. Oh, keep the box. Absolutely. Earpods. Earpods. Are they including wireless pods now? No. The wireless pods are AirPods. That's coming from Bison Lawyer. He's asking if AirPods. That was actually rumored early on in the summer before we knew anything about models or if this device was actually going to be true. When they were talking about this device, they said, well, it's rumored that when you get this, you'll also get the AirPods, which are the completely wireless buds that Apple sells. Nope, comes with earpods. So I would suggest pairing AppleCare Plus with coverage from carrier because Apple doesn't cover damage or loss. Well, there you go. Hello, Pat Murray. Thank you very much for hopping in. Appreciate you being here. So let's set this over to the side. What else do we get? So there is, once again, a 5-watt charger. Super slow. Come on, Apple. Really? I mean, now this is covered, and I'm not going to actually undo this, but they do keep it so that this doesn't keep scratched up. You also get your ear pods wrapped up, and these have the lightning connector. Let's see if I can pull that out. I don't know if I can. Nope. I don't know where the lightning. Oh, that's right. I can unwrap it. So there you go. And you see you've got a lightning connector. And then on the back of it, you've also got the lightning. I can pull this out. The lightning to USB adapter. Now, one of the things that I'm going to test, because my phone is a 6, and I have a headphone jack. But I used my phone, and I have a wireless lavalier microphone setup that I use with it. I'm going to be interested to know that this still works using this device. So that'll probably be a video too. The other things that you get in here is, as mentioned, the charging cable. So can't have too many of these. In fact, I recommend going and stocking up on your charging cables, whether you have Apple or Android, because you can never have too many. Trust me. Stick them everywhere, because the moment that you don't have one with you, and I actually don't need to take that out. I've got enough. We'll get back in there. The AirPods are going to stay. That's going to stay. All right. So we'll keep. Yeah, that'll work. We'll do it. We'll do it over this. How about that? Put the box to the side. That way you can see the device. So wrapped in plastic. Look at that shininess. There you go. It's got its own cellophane wrap to keep it all pristine. I can tell you that it's about the same weight, honestly, as my 6 Plus. Let me take my 6 Plus out of the case. All right. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to bore you through the process of setting this up. One of the things that, so this is the Spigen, as you can tell, case that I've actually had since I've had my 6 Plus. And the reason I got this particular case was because the 6 Plus had Bendgate. And this one, thankfully, has never bent, but it's always been in this case. And this case had a metal backing. But you can see I had my little kickstand. I got quite used to it. So, but I can tell you, the 10 actually feels a little heavier. Bigger battery maybe. The fact that it's got 2 cameras and you can see that it's got the dual camera, and this is different from the 8 Plus and the 7 Plus, and I think the 6S Plus, I can't remember, where it's got the dual camera, but the cameras go this way. This is this way. Nothing else really on the back except the very familiar Apple logo and then iPhone. That's all it says there. Nothing else very identifying. The machine grade, is that what they called it? Aluminum grade, machine grade band. This is actually your antenna, if you didn't know. And if you remember at the 4S, 4, 5, I think it was the 4, antenna gate. Remember, people said, you know, when they held their phone, they couldn't get a signal, and Steve Jobs was like, you're holding it with the wrong hand, the wrong way. And then they ended up giving cheap bumper guard type things so that you didn't. It was because the way that the antenna was made, you were actually breaking the signal or something. It was really weird. I didn't have a 4, actually. I skipped the 4. So there's the power, wake, sleep, SOS, Siri, Apple Pay button. And then on this side, you've got your rocker for your mute and vibrate, silent and normal ring. And then you've got your volume buttons right there. All right, I haven't turned this on. Oh, size. Want to see the size? So here's the 6. So let's see. That's about right. So you can see that there's a considerable size difference in height. You can see that there's not as much a difference in width, but there is a difference. You can see the bezel. Now, again, the iPhone 10, this is supposed to be all screen except for the bump, the hump, the whatever they're calling it. So this screen should actually be a little bit bigger than the 6 Plus screen, the 6S Plus screen, the 7S Plus screen, and maybe even the 8 Plus screen. And of course, you want to get your phone on mute because then you're going to get a phone call. So let's turn it on, shall we? All right, let's see. What's it look like? Starting up for the first time. Now, I'm actually not going to go through the setup process of this phone because I'm actually going to take my SIM card out of my 6 Plus and put it in here instead of using the new S card. But look at that screen. Look at that. So you can see the screen is all let's see if it'll, there we go. Yep, hola, bright and shiny. And you can see maybe if I get it to focus, you know, focus. Ooh, you can actually see the camera's trying to do something. I don't know what it's doing. Anyway, so right up, maybe if I do it this way. It's too bright. Anyway, so up here, the signal bar, the battery, and then there's nothing over here right now. But if I were to swipe up and start the process, oh, there's the time. It's very, select your country. Now, one of the neat things is I just had on my iPad pop up, set up new iPhone, and I can use my Apple ID. So that's something new that started as well. Turn this, yeah, turn that back off. All right. Anyway, go away. So what I was going to say is that, and because I did get an 8 Plus earlier, and I played around with it and tested it, and I was like, you know, this isn't much different than the 6 Plus that I have now, except for the cameras on back. And I mean, of course, the processor was newer and all that type of stuff. Beyond that, I mean, the size was pretty much the same. The screen was, no different and all that type of stuff. So that's why I was like, well, here. I actually ended up playing with the Google 2 Pixel XL, the Pixel 2 XL, and that was a decent phone, decent operating system. But one, I've been married to the Apple ecosystem for a long time, and two, there was actually quality control issues with it, so that went back. So I got this. So everyone, that's pretty much it. Let me see how much of your precious time I've taken up. About 30 minutes or so, and I thank you so much for showing up. What kind of questions do you have while everybody's here? I appreciate the remaining viewers. And again, if you're watching the replay and you got any questions, let me know in the questions, the comments down below. I'll be happy to try and answer what I can. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do subscribe, because you'll want to keep up with the other videos that I do, test Face ID and all the different things. So let's see what other questions there was. So Bison Lawyer did sit there and suggest that pairing the Apple Care Plus with coverage with the carrier, because Apple doesn't cover damage or loss. And again, that's good advice. Assuming it's a plus size. Yes, this phone is a plus size. Lindsay said, so bright and shiny it is. So he says, okay, so screen comparable to the plus sized phones. Yes. You are basically getting a little bit more screen length than a plus size phone. Same width pretty much. But you are getting the form factor of something that's just a little bit bigger than the non-plus sized models that are out there. So this is a little bit bigger than the 6, the 6S, the 7, and the 8. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Pat, for joining in and watching. I appreciate it very much. Well, if there are no other questions from those of you who joined me live, I do appreciate once again that you are here. My name is David Vaughan, and I do appreciate you showing up so much. If there's anything else I can do, let me know. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you're subscribed. Stay tuned. And if there's anything else I can do, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day. Maybe you'll go out and get yourself an iPhone 10. Maybe you have one coming. Maybe you already have one. Maybe you were on the fence and wondering if you should get one or not. Let's talk about the price real quick before I do leave. If you are a coffee drinker of famous places like Starbucks, where coffee isn't cheap, it's also not really coffee. It's fancy coffee-colored water. And you do a device payment plan, whether through Apple or you do it through one of the carriers, you were talking about the cost of a cup of that fancy cup of coffee a day to have one of these. So, you don't have to put the money down all up front. You can try one of the device payment plans, either from Apple. If you get the device payment plan from Apple, I heard some people say, well, it's more expensive than the carriers. That's because Apple is including their Apple Care Plus in the cost. So, there you go. Lindsay, thank you very much. Pat Murray says, I ordered a case plus tether system to keep my phone from hitting the ground if it slips out of my hands. Will you be getting something to keep it safe? Pat, I did cover that at the beginning, so I've got a case from Spigen, and I've also got screen protector from Spigen. I got tempered glass screen protector from Spigen. I'm also going to be getting the Apple Care Plus. I may also look into total mobile coverage, taking Bison Lawyer's advice. And so yeah, I always recommend that type of stuff. And links for those items are in the description down below. With that being said, Lindsay, thanks a lot. Laters, I'm glad you were here. Pay, that's interesting. Hadn't heard of that tether thing either. I had not heard of the tether. Thank you very much for the name. Appreciate it. And Bison, thanks very much. Thank everyone. Thanks for the replay viewers, first play replay viewers. If it's the first time you're watching, it's not really a replay for you, is it? It's a replay for me because anyway. Give this video 2 thumbs up. And let's see, let's cut that out. There we go. Now it's just me. Give this video 2 thumbs up and share it out. And leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel by clicking over here. I think it's over here. Maybe it's over here. I don't know. Somewhere. There's a little thing. Anyway, I'm done. My name is David Vaughan. I'll see you later. Bye.